Hello and welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anaru himself, and I'm by myself today because this, one of the many uploads of Not a Scratch Week, is the PostGame Show. Now, normally this is something that we do after every recording session, typically every episode, sometimes it's every 2 episodes, depending on how recording sessions work or how available our squad is during a recording session day. But typically, generally, it's been every episode. We record a post game show where we kind of just chat about the episode and whatever else is on our mind. It's kind of like the intro bits that you hear at the start of every episode, except extended for an entire period and generally relating to the topics of the previous episode. This is available on the $5 tier if you want to check out the post game shows for any of the older episodes or future episodes. Between you and me, the $5 tier is probably the best bang for your buck, especially right now. There's a $10 tier where your every month Daisy has their own game corner, effectively, where they play systems that are not Pokemon Mystery Dungeon made by a kind of ridiculous PM DM GM. And there's a tier above that, which I believe is the $15 tier right now, where I am doing an Olympic style event with all of the various different guilds that I promise will get uploads very soon. I have everything planned. It's just actually sitting down and recording it. Fun fact, I'm doing that immediately after this. So that's available there, and then there's a couple of other tiers as well. But between you and me, the $5 tier, probably your best bang for your buck, I'm just saying. And every recording session, we do one of these. Now, the reason why this little intro bit is here is to let you know, and I want it to be clear, there are spoilers for the most recent episode. So you do not necessarily have to listen to everything in order. Obviously, it's recommended to listen to things in order. This, in particular, will have spoilers for Arc 7, Episode 13. That's the episode that came out yesterday. So you can check that out if you can. Then afterwards, check this out. We generally talk about the topics at hand. Who knows? I have not re-listened to it as of this point, but apparently Muhammad has a small little tangent that he goes on to start this off, which I'm very excited to hear, and I hope you are as well. Thank you everyone for supporting us throughout Not a Scratch Week. Hope you check out everything that we've got going on, and here is the post-game show. It's calm, cool, collected, no real plot significance. Sometimes we fill in gaps that we accidentally missed during the episodes and then mention them in the future episodes, but for this one, I think it's just us chatting for roughly half an hour. So without further ado, let's get into the post-game show, which you'll notice it's the post-game show because there is no intro, because that's the bit. We don't have an intro or an outro, so whoever's talking, take it away.
This is the post game, just so we know.
Yeah, alright, fine, interrupt me, why not?
Anyway, so my thought was,
Show, not a scratch.
no, there's no intro. Or rather, the intro comes after my very important thought. So my thought was, you take, what's it called? So we need 3 psychic moves for 3 legendaries, right? And we somehow know 4 psychic type legendaries, so we get stab on it, which is great. Really effective for the orb creation. Anyways,
It's great for the teleporting.
It gives us, actually, if it comes from 3 stab psychic moves from legendaries, we actually get advantage every time we use the teleport gem. But
You heard it here first, folks.
yeah. Anyways, I think it's incredibly funny if, we get our little orb and we're like, all right, time to infuse it, and we go to Victini and we're like, hey, we've been doing you a lot of favors, and Victini says no problem and uses V-Create, and we're like, no, that's dumb, you need the psychic one, and Victini's like, my bad, and uses psychic move, and that's 1. And then Daisy has Dream with Meloetta, and that's 2. And then Kyle, they run into Celebi, and Kyle just refuses to interact with Celebi, and Rose doesn't know Celebi, and it's like Rose feels bad asking for favor from Legendary that Rose doesn't know, and so they don't do it, and then they battle Hoopa, and rather than taking an attack head on, they goad Hoopa into attacking them with a psychic type move, and then just hold the orb and teleport out. That's my thought.
And a boo-boo orb.
The other thing is that Hoopa needs the orb to also get to the thing to get the item. So Hoopa could help us only to try and steal it.
Well,
Guys,
no, I'm not saying Hoopa helps us. I'm saying
for giving me the orb.
Right.
I'm saying we taunt Hoopa into hitting us with a psychic type move.
That's the other avenue of it. Hoopa is supposedly smart, so they could come to us when we only need 1 left and be like, look, you're not going to goad me into psychic types.
Hoopa's very smart. It's just Hoopa rolls like a GM.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hoopa's
like,
great. They just fail at the thing they're great at. Anyway, welcome to the PostGame Show. We're discussing stuff from the most recent episode of Not a Scratch, which you can check out on whatever platform you listen to podcasts. I assume you have listened to it, because otherwise this episode is spoilers, including the entire 2 minutes you just listened to there. We are chatting about the most recent episode where things are happening.
the most recent episode where I played a lot of TCG Pocket, and I need to mention this because I know exactly one of you will appreciate it and one of you will maybe get it but won't truly appreciate it. So I'm going through, I'm doing like the solo battles, and I'm like getting all of the achievements because I'm in my completionist bag. And for this one, I was missing win without your opponent getting any points. And so I'm like, okay. And so I made a Cresselia deck a while back, which is really funny because you can just make Cresselia like borderline unkillable, because you can give it Gardevoir, and every time it gets an energy, it heals 20. And then also I can have Dusknoir on the bench, which at any point could just soak up all the damage from another Pokemon on your team. So that's incredibly funny. Anyways, the name of the deck, because it's Cresselia, I wanted to make it That's Rough Buddy, but apparently that doesn't, like, it's not an allowable name. Like, it doesn't pass like the name filter check, which I don't know why. So the name of the deck is My Girlfriend Turned Moon.
I still haven't seen it, but I know what it means.
Like I said, one person here really appreciates it, and one person here doesn't truly appreciate it, which is why they had to explain why they laughed in the first place.
Yep. Yep. That reminds me, I still have unopened, by the way, the Avatar TTRPG box in my room.
Oh my goodness.
Honorud, when are you watching Avatar?
Can
Can we give it to you as an assignment for the summer?
No,
We did that
Stop, you gave
last
it to me.
summer.
Yeah, you gave it to me as an assignment. I did not do it.
Exactly. You need to make up the work.
Yeah, we have to have a reason to do it beyond just watching it for the sake of watching it, because that doesn't work with me.
I mean, I finally finished Korra, and I was about as what I expected.
Which, okay, let's be real. Korra's good. It's just not, like, they just didn't have the bandwidth to... They didn't have the runway to make it great.
It should have ended after season 1.
Well, because they were originally only greenlit for season 1. That's the whole point.
Like season by season.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I'm saying they didn't have the runway to make it great.
Should have ended. The last.
But yeah. Anyways,
if I wanted to watch Gundam, I would watch Gundam.
Should have ended after season 1. Sounds like this show, but here we are, 7.5 seasons later.
Daisy, I will say, I saw something randomly pop up on my Google News feed on my phone the other day. Apparently, like, this newest Gundam anime is actually like really good, and I've never been interested in Gundam anything ever, but now I'm just like, huh?
Oh yeah, nothing against Gundam and like Gundam anime, but like
yeah, no, like I've just never been interested
I
about it at all. But
I don't
apparently,
want to watch Gundam, but Avatar.
But apparently the new valid, but apparently like the newest Gundam anime is like actually like kind of good.
Okay.
Is what I've heard. I haven't started it. I don't know if I will start it. I'm behind on all my other anime from, this season.
Yeah, I just start rewatching things that I've already seen and are not that great. Just recently have been binging Fairy Tail.
Solid. I will say, to Netflix's credit, the past 2 seasons, like they have had like a selection of anime that is just chef's kiss perfect for me. That being said, I'm behind on some of it. I'm caught up on Blue Box, but I need to watch. Need to catch up on like Sakamoto Days, and I have 1 or 2 others that I'm watching right now.
Yeah, I need to actually just start watching some sports anime. I started watching one about swimming, and I need to continue.
Okay. How do you feel about romance anime?
I haven't had much experience with it, so.
Okay, if you want to watch a sports anime, genuinely, like Blue Box is actually like a really cute vibe.
It's soccer, right?
No, Blue Box is a romance anime that takes place at a sports high school.
Oh,
is it
Blue Lock is soccer.
Yeah. Blue Lock is the soccer one.
Yeah, Blue Lock is soccer. Blue Box is basketball and badminton, and also gymnastics.
Blue Exorcist is something else.
Okay. I'm going through. Sorry, I'm just going.
And
through
then there's
this list
Super
of
Saiyan Blue God
games.
Super Saiyan.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Um,
The real one.
did more time pass in this episode or the last episode?
This episode.
This
You had a
episode.
whole
We
24-hour
walked.
transformation.
Well, no, but technically there was like a time skip that like I'm saying in terms of like from the end of the previous episode to the end of this episode. Did more time pass this time or the previous time? Because this
Well,
time
previous
was
time-
what, like 48 or 60 hours?
If we're counting the time skip, the last episode had a week.
Was it a week total?
We're not
It
including
was,
that.
we rounded to the Friday. So
It was
at
like
least-
okay, it was like 4 days or something, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite a week. But no, this one was like what, 2 days? We're on the third day now? Because
You're on the
one day
third
of
morning.
one day of Driftblim, 1 day of walk, and now we're on second day of walk.
Correct.
Okay, so aside from all of the tangents, what actually happened this episode?
I literally just said it. We took the Driftblim and then we walked and then we walked. That's it. That's all that happened.
No. You know what to do now to get the orb done.
The paperwork got done.
The paperwork got done.
Yeah,
Um,
like I was glossed over it. Like the
We
paperwork
know
got
the name
done,
of where
and
we're going.
the dream happened. We know the name of the place. We like the past 2 episodes have basically been a lot of reestablishing things that we have forgotten in the last Chex calendar year.
The last 2 episodes have been us trying to reestablish a relatively consistent recording schedule so that information can be retained.
Deepest
as a result of the
apologies to the listeners who were screaming at me knowing exactly what Hunter was trying to tell me.
I will say,
Ugh.
it was, but no. To your credit, Daisy, you didn't pick up on the fact that Meloetta was using psychic, and I was like, Meloetta is using psychic. I wonder what that could be for.
Also, I was trying to put it specifically in the context of what was happening in the scene, but it
No,
had
yeah, you were
nothing
doing
to do
that.
with
I was just I was kind of on that same wavelength too, where I was like, okay, like is the orb psychic? Like, which okay, when I say it that way, it's dumb, but like, is the ball psychic? Is more like what my brain was going to, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Meloetta uses psychic. I create a sphere of my aura and I hold on to it, and then I'm just carrying that with me for the rest of the show.
I think that would be an incredibly funny way for us to solve this. I think that would be incredibly good.
Eventually, I open it up for Celebi to put their psychic move in.
Yeah,
That would be great. The problem is I would have you my logic behind it would be I would have you consistently roll a smart roll.
oh my god,
time you
oh my
fail,
god,
it
and it
blows
could go
up your
poof. It could go poof, and you have to do it all over again. Oh, that's so good.
My alternative would that be it just slowly drains my other point balance, but
That also, well,
and then
Porque
once we
no-
get the
porque
third
no los
move,
dos.
once we get
Yeah.
the third move, it solidifies into our orb.
Into a gem.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think it would be incredibly funny if Rose just had to walk around with this orb of energy that is like very clearly visible to everyone, and it's just like, I can't let this go.
What you got there? Nothing. It's experimental Pokebuff.
you just fix
Also,
carrying
like,
around a bowling ball.
it goes poof enough times that the solution just becomes, okay, we're getting Meloetta, Celebi, and Victini in a room now.
I need to remember to write down. I have a sandwich.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
very important.
Yes, it is very yes. We are going to speak this into existence.
I have a sandwich for Koraidon.
All right, here's an off-topic question because Honorude always asks us the questions during the post game.
Yeah, sure, let's vary it up.
Here's a question for Honorude about this most recent episode. I don't know. I say I don't know. None of us know what did or did not make it into the final cut. But Honorude, top 3 tangents of this episode. Go.
What?
Give it. What were your 3 favorite tangents from this episode?
I don't remember any of them. That's why they're tangents.
Sandwich.
Okay. Sandwich is definitely up there. I'll rank them afterwards. Sandwich is one of them. Dr.
Yeah.
Berry Berry existed before Dr. Berry Berry. That's one.
Mhm.
What's another?
Downgrading Koraidon.
That sort of goes with the sandwich. And this one. Okay, so I think in order, first place, probably the sandwich, just because it disrupts everything that I try to establish in the story of legendaries don't exist. And you're like, well, what if we buy a sandwich though? Second one, Dr. Berry Berry, just because, of course, I've invented the character before it actually showed up, And then the third one, and this isn't really a tangent, just more of a me yelling into the mic thing, but I appreciate this because of my background in economics. The fact that this economy does not work, and if I had time, I would establish an economy that worked. The problem is, it would just turn into the U.S. economy, which right now
Doesn't work.
doesn't work, especially right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you wanted to pick an economy that works,
It's not the one to go with.
I know a lot of people. Look,
well, okay. To be fair, depending who you are, it's working pretty well.
No. Here's where I'll counter argue with that. Even if you are those people, it's still not working.
If you're Sir P. Kringle.
As somebody who technically, theoretically, did a whole degree that associates with those type of people, it's not working for them.
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah, but this is like a blip. Like this isn't like like it's a case of it's not working right now versus it's never been working.
Correct. Yes. But everyone is sad today, as opposed to most people being sad.
I'm still on the case that Gimmickle coins are the portal to Paradox Land, and that's how we get credit.
Dude, oh my god, there's so much. There's so much there.
So much that will not be happening though.
Look, we can make an entire side game just about G-Mini.
Oh, what do you mean we can? We will. That's gonna be the rest of the show.
You've been doing that.
Oh no, like quite literally, I might... Hold on.
Another spin-off series incoming.
Let me see if there is...
Guys, join the Patreon at the higher tier so that you can see a Not a Scratched G-Mini edition.
If there's a journaling game that would fit.
Oh my god, that's actually like the perfect medium to tell the story.
Yes. I forget my itch.io login.
Oh, that's a classic though. I feel like that's one of those sites where you never know your login.
I also have like 5 different emails that I use for different things. So
I'm in the same boat.
I don't know which one.
What do I have? I have the old personal, the new personal, the Google personal, the YouTube one, the Not a Scratch one, the other YouTube channel one, the school one, the other school one, the junk mail one. That's 9, I think I'm at.
Yeah, something like that. 8 or 9.
I found a Sword Art Online one.
Oh my god.
Journaling Solar Crown Online.
God, I hate the sequence of words that just came out of your mouth, and yet.
Oh my gosh. RPG map editor. We'll see. Not another city.
Oh, we didn't do a berry update.
We're 2 behind now.
The Shadow Realm doesn't do one.
No, a day passed.
But
we were traveling.
You're not exposed to the light and everything like that. That's my logic behind it.
You're telling me we were in a Phantom Force for a full 24 hours?
Yes.
Honoru, that's crazy.
It doesn't feel like 24 hours.
Oh, so you're telling that? Whoa! That is world breaking, Honoru. Because if we don't feel the time pass, we're not aging.
Correct.
Honoru, you know you just introduced a mechanic that can be exploited for immortality in the Outcast region?
No, because I have a reason that I cannot share yet as to why that would be a bad idea.
I'm telling you it's a bad idea. You don't need to tell me why it's a bad idea.
No, but I mean, like, if you attempted to go through the immortality method, which also we have not really established that, we sort of have. We've established that you cannot live forever. Otherwise, the random person you met back in the day would also be here. But also, I have a reason as to why you cannot spend a significant amount of time in the Shadow Realm in my head. Yeah, anyway, so don't try it, even though it does not do anything. No, what it is, it's effectively the room of space and time, or whatever that is, in Dragon Ball. Like, you go in, and it feels like this amount of time, but actually it's this amount of time. Except backwards.
Well, the longer we do the berries, the more we get.
Daisy, I would like to point out that there were more puzz than chuz. I think that was at most it was off by 1.
It's how you do. It's just how you do.
The show made sense.
No.
No, not at all.
All right, sure. Cool. Let's see here. What else?
Oh my god! I just discovered that when you're doing the solo battle missions in Pocket, if you hit a goal and then you concede a match, like you still like get it. You don't have to like actually like complete the battle, because
I'm
like
not gonna lie. For a lot of the solo missions, I have just gone auto battle and I just build a deck that I cross my fingers works.
well, no, I've beaten all of them. I'm just trying to get all the actual like accomplishments.
Yeah, even for the accomplishments, I'm just like, all right, let's keep ramming the wall. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you can do that through like intermediate. Once you get to advanced, like the auto battle doesn't actually make optimal moves.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
Like its positioning is kind of bad. I will say it is very funny that I built a deck that the CPU just like actually cannot break, because you need to be able to do 160 damage to this Cresselia.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I just heal it all off. This is so incredibly goofy. God damn it, I still have no rolls. How do I still have no rolls? You could tell how much we did in this episode because I don't know if you truncate silence in the recordings or not, but or in the post games or not, or if you just upload them raw. That was just like a solid 20 seconds of individual silence as we're all just sitting here doing our own thing and vibing.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's because I feel like there was one more thing that I really wanted to discuss and I can't remember what it was.
I'll let you figure that out. In the meantime, I can give a play-by-play of the battle log of my TCG Pocket battle.
I'm just looking for G-Mini content.
You know what I should be doing right now? I have a draft match at some point in the next few hours that I should finalize my team for. Am I going to do that? No. I hate this. I have 2 Curlia and 2 Gardevoir in my hand, and I have not pulled a single Ralts. This sucks.
Have you burned through all your draw mechanics?
Not all of them, but turn 1, I had both a Pokeball and a Professor Oak, and I did not pull a Ralts. I pulled a Cresselia, so now I've got Cresselia in the active slot, just taking 20 damage and then healing off 20 damage. Watch, this Pokeball's gonna pull me a Duskull. Oh my god, finally a Ralts. Okay. Except I don't even need the Ralts, because I already have 3 energy on my Cresselia, and my Cresselia is at full health. Like, I genuinely don't need this Ralts, or I don't need this Gardevoir anymore. Like, the Gardevoir is just to accelerate things. Okay, you have 80 HP, and I do 80 damage. This is great. Please don't evolve into... Nice! You don't have it for an ape yet. Perfect. Okay. Oh my god, I just pulled back-to-back Ralts. I hate it here.
I might do something where we can just pass around a solo game and take turns being G-Mini.
That would be so fun. That would be so fun.
That would be so wild.
Oh my gosh.
Because, like, as unhinged as we all are, we are 3 different types of unhinged.
Oh, yeah. Who do you think the most unhinged one is?
Oh my god.
Very
Wait,
good question.
Bird is an OP? I've never seen a Bird status in Pocket. Bird is OP. Oh my god.
Oh, burn. That you were saying bird status. Like, what would that do?
It turns you into a bird. Not even a bird Pokemon, just a bird.
Yeah, no, Burn is overpowered. Instead of Poison is 10 between every turn during Pokemon checkup. Burn is 20, and you have to pass a coin flip to heal it off, which means you never heal it off. I say this, I did flip a head, but like, that's crazy. Oh my god, back-to-back heads on the Burn check. Let's go. Wait, can I end this battle at full HP? Oh my god, wait, I think I could actually end this battle at full HP. Okay, alright, this is incredibly funny. So, alright, I need to articulate this because this is how goofy this deck is. So, my Cresselia is currently at 80 out of 160 HP. Yes, 160, not 140, because I gave it the Guard Cape, which gives it an extra 20 HP. I have a Dawn in my hand. Dawn allows you to move all the energy off of one of your benched Pokemon to the active Pokemon. The Dusclops on my bench has 2 energy. Those 2 oh my god, no, those energy don't... Oh, because it's only when you take energy from the energy zone. Oh, I thought it was anytime an energy is pulled. No, okay. But either way, I have 80 damage on Cresselia right now. 2 Gardevoir means 2 psychic energies for 20 healing each. So now we're up to 120 out of 160. I have not attached my energy yet. I'm going to put the psychic energy from my energy zone. That's another 20 HP. So now we're back to 140, right? Which is the number on the card. And now I have a potion in my hand. So that 80 damage that Crest had is just gone. God, this is so incredibly goofy. I love this deck. I don't think it's like actually like meta viable because there's plenty of stuff that can do 160 damage once it gets and like can get there fast enough. Like Celebi laughs at this Cresselia, but that was a very funny way to win a battle without my opponent getting any points. Not only were there no points, there was no damage. Damage never happened. Like I actually healed off all the damage that I took in that battle.
Oh, BAP. That's what it was.
Oh, BAP. Okay, yeah. Oh, right, a letter. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big thing, but it was a fun little thing there.
Yeah.
I if you want to know, the very good one would have just been more money. The bad one would have been another lost contract, just like a story-based thing. The very bad one, I would have had your business closed.
Oh no!
For like a temporary amount of time, but bad one
okay.
legit ruin things for a period of time.
Okay, a temporary closure. Because I was gonna say, like, if you gave a 25% chance in the middle of nowhere on a whim for Rose's Bakery to just not exist anymore, that's terrifying.
Oh my goodness! I would say, all right, I'll be back. I just gotta go check on stuff real quick.
Try and claw back whatever I can.
That's fun. All right, cool. I'm glad I got that.
Yeah, that was the thing this post game was missing.
Yes. All right, cool. With that, I think we are good here. This is probably a very short post game episode due to excessive silence. But thank you.
Yeah,
for
usually we're
listening.
yapping for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, usually we have. Yeah, I don't know how we just didn't have anything. It might just be the recording style. It might just be today. The fact that the recording kept stopping every half hour.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Technical issues came
My
up with this
bad.
recording. I don't think it's your fault. Unless you were actually like unplugging your mic.
Yeah, I was just unplugging my cables every now and then.
Okay, wait. I'm actually incredibly curious. If I do unplug my mic,
Oh gosh.